Welcome to our first newsletter of 2014, which discusses issues related to research and development in Canada and abroad. During the latter part of 2013, the Canada Revenue Agency released two new policy changes. The first is the implementation of a new project reporting format. The second is the practice of requesting additional evidence of the work itself and the related costs. We will discuss each of these new measures in the following slides. With respect to the new project format, there are two major changes. The first of these changes is with the tense of the technological advancement criteria. Previously, Box 240 started by asking what advancements we were trying to achieve. This is now moved to Box 246, or the end of the project, where they now ask what advancements have been achieved. The second change is the addition of Box 242 in defining technological uncertainty, in which they clarify that the uncertainties must exceed any knowledge within the realm of an industry's standard practice. The recommended format to provide this information follows the scientific method and can be divided into three sections. First, we want to define knowledge available to someone skilled in the art and then objectives which exceed it. Next, we define our hypothesis as to the main variables for experimentation in order to achieve these objectives. Lastly, we document the experimentation process itself, which should lead to the conclusions or technological advancements. As illustrated, the first three sections of our template should fall in Box 242. Then a summary of the experimentation logs would follow in Box 244. Lastly, the results and conclusions would be listed in Box 246. While this may seem like a significant change to prior claimants, the actual data required remains the same. The second major Canada Revenue Agency development during 2013 is a new practice of requesting considerable amounts of evidence before assessing a claim or performing a site visit. Here is an example of a typical RFI, or request for information, which asks for details on the work of each employee by day, week, or month, and contemporaneous evidence of both the experimentation and the due diligence to define existing standard practice knowledge before starting the work. They also ask for evidence of the new knowledge generated, which we propose means that you must clarify the conclusions. They also reiterate that the employee costs must be supported by timesheets. They also ask for evidence of the new knowledge generated or the conclusions. They also reiterate that the employee costs must be supported by timesheets. Let's illustrate this process using a project example from the plastics industry in which we are attempting to improve an existing piece of compounding equipment. The required steps involve first benchmarking objectives that can't be achieved using standard practice methods for someone skilled in the art. Next is identifying specific variables of experimentation, and finally correlating evidence of this research. Last but not least, the CRA also requires that the employee timesheet details closely correlate with the research outlined. We found that most companies have a timesheet system, however, it falls short of the CRA requirements in one or more areas. The most common types of missing information include the type of experimentation they performed, the location of the work, if it's outside the normal province or country, and details on how this work correlated to the variables of uncertainty in question.